Today we're doing tile. What rooms do you want to try to tackle today?
I am thinking in the places that I want the most fun tile prioritized: Sloane's bathroom, the master bathroom, and powder bath.
Cool. Unfortunately though, we've always have to remind ourselves of our budget, so we got to be thoughtful of our tile allowances. I think we're at a great place. We're going to find a lot of different stuff. Let's go look at some tile for the powder bath.
Okay.
Okay, in your powder bath, we need to pick out some really cool mosaic marbles for the floor. What do you think about what we're looking at here?
I love marble mosaic. I am so overwhelmed though. I feel like there are so many choices when it comes to mosaics.
Yes.
But I love that.
So when you look at a mosaic, are you wanting something with a tighter pattern, or do you want something with a little bit more of a bigger pattern that's gonna show more of the actual marble?
I think in the smaller spaces, I do like the smaller patterns.
Okay.
Since you don't have as much area in there, it doesn't get as busy.
Okay.
And then in maybe some of the larger spaces like the master bath, we can do something a little more simple.
Yes.
But the powder bath, I'm excited about doing something fun and different. When you walk in, it's kind of attention getting.
And I think that some people worry about marble, and when they hear the word marble, they think it's gonna stain. How's that gonna hold up to a bathroom? That's just not something that I would be worried about. I think we worry about that more on the countertops.
Okay.
Is that something you're worried about at all?
No, does it matter if it's polished or honed, like for slipping?
Yeah, I don't think in an interior space, but I think that if we were to put that on a patio, that's something we'd want to be really thoughtful about.
Okay, and does one stain more easily than the other? If it's on the floor, does it really matter?
I don't personally think it matters. I think for doing what we're doing and how we lay it, how we seal it, we're gonna be fine.
Okay, then I would say I'm more drawn to the honed look.
Okay.
And for the powder bath, something with a smaller scale pattern.
So we've got a couple of the different patterns laid out on the floor. When you see this, like right off the bat, what's your instant reaction?
Okay, I'm loving this. I think it's so unique, but still kind of traditional and muted.
Yes.
As opposed to this that's has a lot more contrast to it. So I think this is gonna go great with any kind of decor that I choose. But I'm also really loving this basket weave, and I'm wondering if it would just be too busy to use in the master.
If we think about the master, what you could do is in the master bathroom floor, you could do an inlay. So you could have something even like this or like this that is less contrast. And then if you really like the contrast of the black, we can bring that into an inlay or kind of a rug pattern in the middle of the bathroom.
Oh, I love that, with like the tub on top.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you think the hex is a little trendy?
All geometric shapes just have their day. You're gonna see shapes come and go. I don't know that you can call a specific shape trendy because it's been around forever. It's just more about how you tie that in to your other furnishings, to your wallpaper, to the different features you're gonna have in the house, and that's what's gonna keep it timeless.
Okay. Well, I definitely love the timeless look, and I love the idea of the inlay, so I think we're on the right track here. Wow. These are beautiful. I love the marble mosaic.
Yes, however, however, we've got some tiles here that are $100 a foot.
Yeah.
Probably not in our budget. Something that I told you a little bit in the beginning is that you could do something for $100 a foot as long as it's only like 5 feet of it, right?
Yeah.
And we need more than it.
Right.
So I think the thing that we have to think about here is what's making this so expensive is the way that the tile is cut and the inlay is put into that tile. So you can see here, this is $80 a foot. There's close to $100 a foot. You can see that this is a really intricate pattern, but this is even more detailed and intricate, and the price is going up. This is 100, this is 80. And so we need to find something that gives us that feel and look, but doesn't have the price tag.
Exactly. I want the look, not the price.
Okay, so here's some things we can think about. If you wanted to use a tile that's $100 a foot and put it in a rug pattern or an inlay, you could do that. But I do think that space is big enough to where we don't have to have such a tight pattern. If we have a bigger pattern with less cuts in the tile, maybe a different type of marble itself, that's gonna bring the cost down and it's gonna get you the look you want.
We have about 40 square feet there that we're working with. Let's do the math.
Yes, that's $100 a foot.
Okay, 40 square feet.
So you're talking $4,000
Wow.
for a tile rug or an
40 square
inlay.
feet. That's a lot.
And what's
Okay.
crazy is you could buy a rug
Yeah.
for a lot less than that for that square footage.
Yes.
Now, I'm not
Yes.
saying you don't want to go this route, but I think the trick is we can't really change the square footage of the rug pattern because it works out in your bathroom the way it works out. I think we've got to change, unfortunately, our price per square foot of our tile material.
I think it adds up a lot more quickly than you expect it to,
Yes.
even for a small area. 40 square feet doesn't sound like a lot.
I know.
But $4,000 is a lot just for that small area.
I know. So, and when we tell clients, hey, look, you can splurge on small spaces at $100 a foot, you can't really splurge much at all. Now, if that was $40 a foot or $50 a foot, you might say at that point it's a tipping point. $1,500, $2,000, maybe that's a tipping point where you absolutely have to have that look in your master bathroom. You may go for it. But at $4,000 to $5,000, and that doesn't even include labor, by the way, that's just for the material, I think that's putting it out of our range to keep us in budget.
I agree. I think we can try to achieve that look and pay a lot less. What would you suggest as far as achieving that in a different way, maybe with the marble mosaic, but not such an intricate
I
inlay?
think we need to go less intricate, probably bigger format is what I call it, so less cuts in the tile. Let's keep walking and see if we can't find something. What do you think about some of this?
I like these mosaics, and they're a lot less expensive. Ooh, look at this. This is really pretty.
That's really cool. Well, exactly. And
$14.99.
Yeah, we're in the right place in the store for sure.
Okay, so if we look at something like that for the rug, what would we do for the other part?
What do you think about this?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the color variation a lot. That's a Carrera.
That's right. It's a Carrera, and it's at $16.99 per square foot. That's a lot cheaper than what we've seen. But honestly, this looks like Calcutta gold to me, which is the most expensive marble countertop. And I think this would go really well with a different rug inlay that we're talking about doing in the master bathroom.
Yes. Let me grab one of those mosaics and put it up next to it. So if we did something like this with it, that would be stunning.
Yeah.
Very classic. It still gives us that custom look, but it doesn't look overdone.
I think the thing that we should talk about next is, are we picking out tile too early because we haven't picked out countertops yet? Kind of how do those things balance?
Right. I want to make sure it all works together. This tile, I do feel like has a lot of variation because you have the warm and the cool tones. So
that's right.
I think we could be safe with this and go with any type of
So you mentioned something else besides just the countertops. You're talking also about, does this go and match? So we either want something to be an exact match or we need it to be a contrast. I think this is perfect, like you said. That's timeless to me.
Yes.
So for Sloane's bathroom, do you want to have some pinks and purples and kind of more of that feminine color to it? Or what are you thinking for her
I think
bathroom?
it'd be really fun to bring in some pink. I don't want it to get too busy or loud, but something subtle and girly would be great.
Okay, so what do you think of some of these cement printed tiles? Like, what do you think when you see this?
I do like a lot of the patterns. I think that the cement tile could be a little trendy, and I'm worried over time if I'm going to love it or if I will tire of it.
I think don't be afraid of the trendiness. If we tell the Italians that concrete tile was trendy, they would tell us they've been doing it for hundreds of years.
Yes,
but I do know what you mean. It's new to America-ish, and so, but I wouldn't be afraid of that. I do think if you like it, let's get the right pattern that works for a concrete tile for Sloane's bathroom.
Okay, maybe something a little more muted and subtle.
Okay, so we'll try something else.
Okay, I see pink.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Gosh,
so
I'm obsessed.
Is this what you were thinking?
Yes, I love this. I'm a huge fan of Annie Selke anyway, but now seeing it in tile is so unique and beautiful. I just love this.
Well, and this doesn't have some of those bold patterns that we were looking at earlier. I've been told she's a textiles designer, and so it looks like this is really coming out in her tile designs.
Yeah, there's so much texture in the tile, but it's very muted. Like you said, there's still a pattern, but it's not like in your face. So
that's right.
I can find something for Sloane's bathroom here. I love this.
Okay, perfect. So do you think you're gonna go pink?
Yeah, let's go pink.
Okay.
We can mix it up. Maybe do some type of pattern on the floor that's maybe incorporating white or something softer.
That's a great idea. So when you look at this, like, what are you first drawn to as far as the actual tile, the actual pattern itself?
I love the texture. So maybe nothing that has an actual pattern on it, but more of the texture.
Okay.
Some of these even look like a grass cloth wallpaper.
Yeah, they're cool.
I love this right here. maybe in the pink color. That
Okay.
would be really pretty.
Yeah, that crosshatch is really pretty. I love that it really doesn't look like a tile. You could do it on the wall.
Okay.
And you could probably do a pattern even if you wanted to.
So make our own pattern instead of finding something.
Exactly. And I think that is
Okay.
what you've set out to do, is to create a custom house that
Exactly.
nobody else has it. So there might be someone in the world that's picked this crosshatch anti-selkie tile in pink, but if you were to do a pattern on a wall and do an inlay or whatever it might be, you're going to be the only person that has that.
I love that. And I've seen those stripes, you know, on the shower
Yes,
wall. What
I
do
love
you think
those.
about using this
I
with
love that.
another type of tile as
Yeah,
a stripe?
I think if you could do that and it would be awesome. I think this format sets up really well for that in a 31 by 63 centimeter. It's rectangle. I think as long as we keep it horizontal versus going vertical, I'd be a huge fan.
Tell me about labor when it comes to doing these different unique tile patterns.
That's right.
I mean, the tile itself is pretty reasonably priced, but what happens when we introduce this custom element?
Yes. So, I mean, like anything, you know, we've told you the unfortunate dirty word change order. Anytime you have something that is more labor or more cuts to the tile, it's going to be more expensive. However, I think if we pick the right tile to balance this with, it's also not expensive. We can work with our labor team because it's not like they're having to cut the anti-selkie tile a bunch to do some crazy inlay. It's just kind of stacking on top of each other.
Okay, so that makes sense. If we keep the sizing of the tile so that the stripe
That's
is
right.
this size,
Yes.
they're not making a whole bunch of cuts.
So when it comes to labor, if we don't have to cut the tile, that's going to be a savings. And if our pattern isn't crazy, that's going to be a savings, but it's going to be more expensive than if we just did a rectangle pattern, stacking brick pattern,
Okay.
alternating joint pattern. Those things are just more standard. So if we mix it up with the inlay, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I think you're going to be willing to pay for that difference because once again, you get something truly custom.
We do that and then maybe something really cool in the master.
Yes.
You know, we can go kind of simple as far as
Yeah.
patterns
That's
everywhere
right.
else. I feel like we're making really good progress.
Yes, we are.
The one thing that worries me, and
Yes.
what happens if I change my mind? Like, what's the cutoff?
Yes.
Can you deal with my indecisiveness?
Yes, we can. We can deal with that. You can pick things out with me today, and it's not going to cause a change order. It's not going to cause something that's going to cost you more money. I will let you know when I'm ready to go order all the tile. We're doing this early. You've gotten on
Okay.
top of the ball, which is a good thing.
You know, I'm still working on the full concepts and making sure everything
That's right.
works together. So I feel like, you know, we have a really good start.
Something to think about is that this is an iterative process. We may come back here next week, and then we may come back here in 3 more weeks to ultimately build on the decisions that we made. So we might have picked something today. It's not permanent until I order it and get your approval to do so. But that decision we made earlier, we may build on that and find something even cooler. Or we may go back to your original selections that we did today.
Okay. So it's good that we're starting early and we still have some time.
That's right.
Okay, but it helps to get our head around the budget.
Yes.
And what
Yes.
direction to go in.
So for the foyer, I think you mentioned something about contrasting colors.
Right.
What do you think?
I love the idea of the classic kind of black and white checkerboard on the diagonal.
Okay.
Very traditional.
So like when you see this, what do you think? Is this the right look? Is this the right vibe and feel?
I don't know if I want it as patterned
Okay.
in the actual tiles themselves.
Okay.
But maybe just like a black and white.
Okay, come over here and let's look,
Okay.
because if you don't want to go black, but you want some veins, I think we
Yes.
could find something over here.
I do like the veiny marble. I like the black and white, but I don't want it too stark.
Okay, so this is not super
Oh yeah,
black, but like when you see
that's
this,
the idea.
So
I
this-
like the veining in both the black and the white. Maybe like an 18 by 18 square.
okay, when you do that, you're gonna get super classic. I think it's a really fun Southern look, but it's a lot more affordable when you're just using a basic tile that's really pretty and it doesn't have the mosaic. This could be a really affordable way to get a look that is gonna be dynamite.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, Ben, so we made so much good progress today, a lot of
Yes.
big decisions. What's next?
Just because we made a bunch of amazing selections today, it doesn't mean we're done. I'm gonna take the tile selections that we've made so far, and I'm gonna put them into our computer system, and then I'm gonna come back to you and show you how we're doing on our tile allowance budget compared to what we picked today.
That would be so helpful.
Before we actually make the selections and press go, are we on budget? Are we heading in the right direction?
Yes.
One of the biggest problems we have today is that we are such a culture that wants everything perfect and everything to be the best Pinterest board you've ever seen. Everyone's going to be chasing what's next. You can't do that. Stop and go, hold on. I'm not worried about the trends. I'm not worried about what everyone else is doing. I'm worried about something that's timeless and homey for our family.
Right.
And I cannot wait to see where this goes.
You've made this process so fun, so thank you.
Absolutely. Last time you didn't like want to walk and I kept like pulling you along. So you want to actually just like walk
I just wanna
slowly,
walk.
slowly with me.
Okay.
Look at this in line. I'm gonna make sure. Yep, thank you.